Alright, so title is self-explanatory enough on what this video is going to be about. For a breakdown, I'm just going to tell you what I learned while taking 14 APs in high school, what I wish I did differently, and just some general advice to anyone who's really still in the thick of it with College Board. Like, this will apply to you if you're, I don't know, junior going into your senior year and you're about to take more APs than you've ever done before. Someone just getting started with AP classes, someone just coming into high school, really, and they just want to see what's up. Uh, so, pretty much anyone who's still in the thick of it with College Board will get something out of this video. I just graduated this year, class of 2026. Uh, the APs I took were Stat, Calc AB, and BC, Physics C Mech, which I self-studied, CSA, Chem, APES, African American Studies, World, Psych, US Gov, Lang, and APUSH. And I don't know if I said lit or not. The fours I got were APES and lit. Everything else I got a 5 on. So, really, how did I do that? Well, I'll tell you exactly how. It really just comes down to you gotta slave away. So, some things I wish I were told before I got started on this are APs really aren't that scary, right? When I was coming into my sophomore year, everyone was telling me, oh my god, APs are so hard. You're like literally gonna die in 2 AP classes. No, they're really just harder high school classes, if I'm gonna be honest, with a extra exam at the end. If you've done fine in your academic and honors classes, like you consistently got A's like 95 and above, or even 90 and above, or even if you don't really care about perfect scores and you got like B's in most of your classes, you'll probably still be fine taking a couple APs a year. So don't be intimidated. I wish I wasn't intimidated because I think it led to a lot of mistakes with scheduling later. Uh, Hardest part of taking AP classes is time management. It's not going to be the content. Because if you're taking many at a time, there's like always going to be a thing you need to be worried about, like a quiz coming up, a test coming up. Just like, I don't know, your teacher's going to call you out in front of the class and try to make a fool out of you. There's always something to be worried about. Always like homework too, deadlines you got to meet. So that's what's going to take the biggest toll on you. AP classes aren't really about how well you can know content. They're about how well you can know content while under pressure and while constantly having to deal with other things. It's all a game of time management, and what that does is it makes it a huge mental game, right? Your mindset on your APs is going to determine your success, or at least it's going to be a big part of your success. You still obviously do need to know a little bit about the content. And then the tests are easier than the classes almost always. The only exceptions to this are the calculator inactive part of the AP Calc AB exam. The calculator inactive part of the AP Calc BC exam is actually easier than the class, but the AB exam is harder than the class. And it's only this section. The rest of the test is easier than the class. But that section comes first, and it's like, if you weren't expecting it, it's going to knock the wind out of you. I know when I was taking the Calc AB exam, I was like, holy shit, this is the hardest test I've ever taken in my life. And then the rest of the test came, and I was like, all right, we're getting back into it. It's easier now. And then Chem is about as hard as the actual class. And then the Physics FRQ section is about as difficult as the actual class, if not more difficult. So, by the way, if you're going to self-study AP Physics CMEC, I'm going to make another video, like, right after this, about how to get a 5 while self-studying AP Physics CMEC and stacking other APs, because I took 6 other APs while doing that. So, the things I had to give up to do this is I was a swimmer for 9 years. I gave that up to help stack APs. I used to be in a band. I used to go play shows around my state. I gave that up to stack APs. Video games is a huge one. I barely ever played video games in my junior and senior year because I was taking 5+ APs in both years. So video games were just like something that I did not have time for. And if you're like a little freshman hearing this, you're like, oh my god, what am I gonna do if I can't play Fortnite all day? You'll live. All right, the APs are more important than the video games. You're gonna have such a better college application if you stack APs. Uh, Probably try to keep some extracurriculars in there, and I'm gonna tell you how to do that later in this video. Uh, just you're gonna have to give up the video games, bro. There's more to life than video games. All right, and then sleep is another big one. You're not gonna be sleeping much if you're stacking APs. All right, you're just not. Probably my junior year is when it got worse for me because I was stacking all the STEM APs, and I'm gonna go to college for something STEM related. So that was a huge thing for me. In the month of April and the first 2 weeks of May, so like right up leading to exam season, I got about 4 hours of sleep per night on average. And even in my senior year, because I was taking 7 APs, there were multiple times I went to school with like 1 hour of sleep, and I just ended up staring into space and like rocking back and forth in my chair, looking like my soul just wasn't in my body. So it's going to be a little embarrassing, but you're probably going to fall asleep in class a couple times if you do this. Just make sure that you're able to keep up with your content. It was a big struggle for me in the first half of my AP Chem class. I was in the back of the room and I was like zoning out and almost falling asleep every single day. So what I did was I asked my teacher to move me up to the very front, uh, so I wouldn't be falling asleep in class anymore. And then also, you if you can't pay attention with like your boys around and you're all in the class together, you gotta ask the teacher to move you away from your friends because the class is more important than like touching your friend's thighs in the back, which I know you do. All right. So, what would I do differently? Take more APs as a sophomore. This ties back into not being afraid of APs, okay? If I had the mentality I do now about APs when I was a sophomore, I would have taken 4. I would have moved 2 of the APs I took senior year to sophomore year. Because a lot of these things you don't actually have to have prereqs for. Like, you don't have to be a junior and have like 3 or 4 or like a bunch of APs under your belt to take like psychology. You're gonna be fine. Okay, it's okay to stack or start stacking early. Just don't stack as hard. Like literally max out at 4 as long as they're gonna be easy ones. Like your hardest AP as a sophomore should probably be AP World because that is a difficult class. Uh, and then another thing that I wish I was told, don't slack off on easy APs. Obviously, there are some that are easier than others, and they're not too bad, right? No AP is too bad. That's why I'm making this video, to tell you it's not. But if you're not staying on top of things, you're going to start slipping behind. Like, I was, for apes, I thought that class was pretty easy while I was taking it. Well, guess what? It ended up being my lowest grade in all of high school, my lowest final grade. I got a 92 in that class. Like right on the cusp of a B. And I got a 4 on the exam after talking so much shit about how easy this class was. You want to know why? It's because I didn't stay on top of things. When the exam came up, I was just like, you know what? I got this. This is easy. This class is common sense. And then I got a 4. And I'm like a little salty about it to this day because I'm just like, damn, I should have stayed on top of things. So, once again, comes back to time management. You got to stay disciplined. You need to stay on top of it, even if you think it's easy, because you will fall behind if you're not being diligent. All right, so just some words of encouragement. Even at the hardest moments of AP stacking, you're gonna find the strength. Like when I was at my absolute worst of the worst, which is probably halfway through my senior year, uh, I still managed to get through it. Like even when I was getting 1 to 2 hours of sleep a night for an entire school week. Uh, I still managed to get through it. Eventually your alarm just goes off in the morning. Your head feels like shit. It hurts. But you just get out of bed, you get dressed, you go to school, and you keep on going. One other thing, if you need to take a release period to help stack APs, make sure you justify that on a college application with like, oh, you needed it for such and such extracurricular outside of school, right? Like you needed to lighten your load. The way I did it is I took a release period my senior year, I said it was so I could have time to self study AP Physics C Mechanics because my school didn't offer it. So if you're gonna take a release period, you have to find an actually good justification for that behind. It's hard to manage all my classes. You're gonna have to either say I'm doing this to take another class, or I'm doing this for some other big reason. It's not just like I wanted an easy senior year. Uh, all right, that's really all I have to say. Don't be afraid, and good luck.